Hi, I'm Trisha. Here's my first video tutorial from my days of a pastry chef. This recipe is for Cranachan Raspberry Cheesecake, which I designed for Burns night dessert. It's a twist on the famous Scottish Cranachan. Really hope you enjoy it. Take a 23cm springform cake tin. Lightly oil the sides inside with oil or melted butter, and then using baking parchment line the tin with strips of baking parchment as the ones I've got shown here. Just put them in and stand them up. Don't take them too far over the base, otherwise you won't be able to free the base of the biscuit when you come to take it out of the tin. Step 2, take some butter shortbread biscuits and break them into a blender to blitz, ready to make the base. Or if you haven't got a blender, then put them into a plastic freezer bag. Using a wooden rolling pin or a rolling pin, crush the biscuits evenly to make your base. Add approximately 100 grams of melted butter to the shortbread mix, added with caution because as the shortbread is made with butter, it could become a little bit oily and you don't want to end up with a very oily biscuit base. And once you've mixed all the shortbread biscuit in with the butter, you need to put it into your prepared tin and then even it out around the base and slightly a centimetre up the sides of the tin to form more or less a seal where the loose bottom is, and for presentation it looks quite nice. So we're just pushing the biscuits down now fairly evenly, nice and smooth, no ridges. So that's how I finished the base of the biscuit. Then it needs to go into the fridge for about 15 minutes or so to firm up, ready to take the cheesecake. Stage 3, we're making the centre of the cheesecake using 375 mils of double cream. Have it mixed in a bowl so it is semi-soft and not too thick, otherwise it will add 500 grams of cream cheese to the double cream. Scraping out of the bowl and mixing it through. Well mixed, add 110 grams of caster sugar into the mix. And then add 3 teaspoons of gelatin mixed with 3 tablespoons of water. Heat gently, either in a microwave on a low setting, otherwise it will explode and go everywhere, or in a small pan on the cooker. When it's heated sufficiently, add it to the mixture quickly so it doesn't set on adding, because this mixture is very cold and the gelatin will set fairly quickly. And scrape down the bowl with your flavouring. I've got roughly 4 tablespoons of whisky here to give it a good flavour, which I'm adding now. Raspberries, which I'm using 225 grams of fresh raspberries. If you blitz them, then you'll get more liquid coming out of them, which you don't really want to add too much more liquid, but if you put your raspberry mix in to the cheesecake mix, and then gently fold it through, and you'll get another lovely colour from the raspberries. You can leave it roughly mixed, or you can mix it all the way through to have an even looking. I like it rippled slightly. I think it makes it much more interesting. Right, when you've finished mixing, I suggest you taste your mixture to see if the whisky flavour is strong enough for you. This is just a lovely, delicate flavour I've gone for, with the smoothness of the mixture and the lovely sweetness of the raspberries coming through. It is really, really lovely. So I suggest you just add to how you like it. It's the best idea. Then we need to put the mixture on top of the biscuits, which are set from the fridge, and then get it in there. As you see, I've got it slightly uneven colouring because I think that looks much more attractive, having a rippled effect. Get it across the biscuits. That should be fine. We're going to cover this in oats when it's set. Then it needs to go in the fridge for several hours until it is set. 3 to 4 hours depending on your fridge position. Keep it lower down because it's colder. Or if you haven't got the time to finish it today, same day, then leave it overnight, finish it on the next day. But that is as far as you need to go right now. We're now making stage 4, which is the topping for the cheesecake. I've taken 85 grams or 3 ounces of porridge oats, toasted them in a dry frying pan, which are here, so they become fragrant and slightly golden in colour. And then when they've reached that stage, I've added 3 tablespoons of clear honey, by choice whichever you want to use, but 3 tablespoons is enough to mix these together to make a nice filling, and it smells really nice. Once they are mixed thoroughly, put them on a tray or in a dish, line with baking parchment because they will solidify or set and they will stick to another surface. So I'll just move them out thinly because we're going to break these down when they've set to put on the topping of the cheesecake later. And I have blitzed 200 grams of fresh raspberries in a blender, or you can chop them, up to you. I've got more whisky here to give these raspberries a kick, and I've rendered down by heating in a small pan some seedless raspberry jam, which will help set it but give a nice consistency to serve with the cheesecake once it's ready for that stage. So I'm going to mix to taste to the raspberries. If you don't like it too sweet, then don't put it all in. And that's 1 shot, 25 millilitres of whisky to taste. And I suggest again, to your own palate, taste it to see what you think of it. I'm going to add a bit more of the rendered jam, so that'll help make it a little bit thicker. And once that's set, that will be slightly thicker, just to spoon over the cheesecake on serving. And that is all you need to do.